Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Phyllis offers Billy a shoulder to cry on and much more. The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, is about to make a proposal to Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, that could end with the two of them in bed together. Will Billy agree with whatever outlandish plan Phyllis pulls together? Will this plan have the desired effect? The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that when it comes to Billy, the old adage that one monkey don't stop no show could be rewritten as one monkey blows up Abbott Chancellor. After all, Billy is determined to be a one-man band here, and it clearly isn't working. Billy has fired Lily Winters, Crystal Cowell, as well as turned down Chance Chancellor's, Connor Floyd, offer. Billy doesn't want a CEO, and he certainly doesn't want a partner because he refuses to listen to reason or to give anyone else a chance. Billy is running full speed ahead with what he wants at the company and to hell with anyone else. Bill is writing checks that he cannot cash and is going to crash and burn if he doesn't slow down. Billy has decided who he can't trust, but will he trust Phyllis to help him run Abbott Chancellor? Just imagine how close these two could be if they were working together. Suppose Billy and Phyllis get to thinking about old times and end up falling into bed together. After all, this wouldn't be the first time this has happened with these two. Billy has been tremendously hurt by Chelsea Lawson's, Melissa Claire Egan, one-night stand with Adam Newman, Mark Grossman. It certainly isn't beyond the imagination that Billy would rebound with Phyllis. Phyllis may also be the only person who can reason with Billy about his business decisions. Could these two rekindle an old flame? It seems that I and our writers are determined to have something between Billy and Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope. However, in the meantime, Phyllis and Billy may hook up and at least comfort each other over their lost loves. It's not like Phyllis hasn't seen what is going on between Adam and Sally while pining away for Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow. Billy and Phyllis haven't been together for years, however, that doesn't mean they couldn't reconnect over the end of summer and end up deciding it was a mistake. Billy loves Chelsea, but Billy may come to the conclusion that Chelsea is still hung up on Adam, especially after spending all this time together. Where will Billy go from here? In the world of the Young and the Restless, alliances shift like sand in the wind, and this week is no exception. The tides are turning for Billy Abbott, who finds himself at a crossroads once again. After his recent struggles, both personally and professionally, Billy is teetering on the edge, and in a surprising twist, Phyllis Summers steps up to offer him a shoulder to cry on. But is Phyllis really there to help, or does she have her own agenda? The fallout from Billy's personal life. Billy has always been the black sheep of the Abbott family, but lately his personal life has been unraveling faster than ever. His relationships with both Lily and Victoria have been strained beyond repair. His on-again, off-again romance with Lily has finally hit a wall, with unresolved tensions and trust issues simmering beneath the surface. Meanwhile, Victoria has moved on, yet their shared responsibilities as co-parents keep them entangled in each other's lives. As Billy struggles to come to terms with the fallout, he's feeling more isolated than ever. His attempt to rekindle something with Victoria fizzled out as quickly as it started, leaving him emotionally raw and vulnerable. In a rare moment of introspection, Billy realizes he's spiraling. The carefree risk-taker we've known is now a man unsure of his next move. Enter Phyllis Summers. Phyllis' concern, or is it? Phyllis has her own turbulent history with Billy, but that doesn't stop her from showing up when he needs someone the most. Spotting him at Crimson Lights, looking unusually disheveled and lost, she can't help but intervene. Phyllis approaches him cautiously, knowing Billy well enough to recognize when he's close to hitting rock bottom. "Rough day?" she asks, sliding into the chair across from him without waiting for an invitation. Billy looks up, surprised to see her. There's a flicker of defensiveness in his eyes, but it quickly fades into exhaustion. "Something like that," he mutters, rubbing his temple as if trying to ward off the headache that is his life. Phyllis, never one to mince words, dives right in. "You know I've been where you are, Billy, when everything seems like it's crumbling, and you're not sure if you're the one holding the hammer or if life is just taking swings at you." He smirks, a glimmer of the old Billy peeking through. "And which is it for you these days?" Phyllis leans back, her gaze softening. "A little bit of both, if I'm being honest." The tension between them dissipates, and for the first time in a long while, Billy feels like he's not alone in his struggles. Phyllis isn't offering empty platitudes. She knows the chaos he's wrestling with because she's lived it herself, time and time again. This shared understanding pulls them closer, and Billy starts to open up in a way he hasn't with anyone else. Old wounds, new connections. As they talk, old memories resurface. Phyllis and Billy have had their share of fiery moments, from passionate romance to heated confrontations. Their relationship was always intense, too intense perhaps, but now, sitting across from each other in the quiet of the coffee house, there's a different energy. It's not the fiery passion of old, it's something more subdued, more reflective. Phyllis listens as Billy vents about his frustrations, his inability to make things work with Lily, his complicated co-parenting dynamic with Victoria, and his growing sense of purposelessness. As she listens, Phyllis realizes something. Billy has been searching for control in a world that's constantly slipping through his fingers. It's a feeling she knows all too well. "I think you're being too hard on yourself," Phyllis says after a pause. "We've both made a mess of things more times than we can count, but that doesn't mean you're beyond saving. Maybe you just need a new perspective." Billy raises an eyebrow. "A new perspective, huh? And where am I supposed to find that?" Phyllis smirks. "Well, you're talking to a woman who's made a career out of reinventing herself. Stick with me and you might learn a thing or two." Phyllis' hidden agenda. But is Phyllis really offering advice out of the kindness of her heart, or is there more to her sudden interest in Billy's well-being? Phyllis has never been one to help without a reason. She's got her own set of challenges, from her recent fallout with her daughter Summer to her ongoing feud with Diane Jenkins. And let's not forget her tumultuous history with Jack Abbott, Billy's brother. While Phyllis might be genuinely concerned about Billy, there's always the possibility that she sees him as a pawn in a much bigger game. Jack has been keeping his distance from Phyllis, especially since her latest schemes involving Diane have blown up in her face. She's desperate to regain control of her life, and perhaps in Billy, she sees an opportunity to do just that. Billy has influence at Jabot, and Phyllis has never been shy about using personal connections to her advantage. If she can get closer to Billy, maybe she can leverage that relationship to gain an upper hand, either at work or in her tangled personal life. But as Phyllis sits across from Billy, watching the shadows play across his face, a flicker of doubt crosses her mind. Is she really here to manipulate him, or does she genuinely care? For all her faults, Phyllis has always had a soft spot for Billy. Maybe this time it's not about strategy or gain, maybe she just wants to help an old friend. A new chapter? As their conversation winds down, Billy thanks Phyllis for listening. "I didn't expect to run into you today," he admits. "But I'm glad I did." Phyllis smiles, and for once, it's not the sly, calculating smile she's known for. It's softer, more genuine. "Anytime, Billy. You know where to find me." As Billy walks away, Phyllis watches him go, her thoughts swirling. She came into this conversation with one plan, but now she's not so sure. Could this be the start of something new between them? Or will old patterns re-emerge, pulling them back into the same destructive cycle they've been through before? One thing's for sure. In Genoa City, nothing is ever as simple as it seems. And as Billy and Phyllis walk away from their impromptu reunion, both are left wondering what comes next, and whether they can truly leave the past behind.